Imagine your getting ripped open and then something coming out of it.
Right.
This is Less Than Zero. Less Than Zero.
We're set. Let's do it.
Are we good?
We're good.
Yay.
All right, man. How do you want to start? You don't care?
Let's start with the song.
No.
Come on, do a song. Last time, it was like 1 or 2 episodes ago, you did like a rap.
How
do
about
a rap
this?
again.
How about this? Guys.
Oh, and then he did a poem for Valentine's Day.
Oh, and then a poem?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but those are only like certain gems. Like I can only like, I got to surprise you. You know what I mean? If I do it like every single like episode, I think it'll be like.
What was your rap name again?
Juju. Right?
Yeah. Juju.
Juju.
We're going to start right now. You ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Come on, Juju.
All right. Welcome to the highly caffeinated podcast.
Very
Like
highly
that?
caffeinated.
That's right. I'm sorry, okay? Next time I'm going to get you your coffee.
Man, if only I had some caffeine in me right now.
Because normally Justo comes to the podcast with coffee, so I just kind of got used to it.
I had a very unorthodox morning, which is why I don't have a coffee.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yay.
All right, is it episode 44? We're going to go with that.
44.
Yeah. Episode
Whatever
44.
it says in the corner right now, it's that episode.
Yeah, it's episode 44. For those of you that don't know, we took a week off, and honestly, guys, I feel like
that was my fault. My bad.
No, it's okay, man. Don't
How
worry.
dare you? No.
We're going to get to why in a second, but yeah, man, I feel a little rusty, but I'm also like super excited just to talk with you guys, man. Julian, Vicky,
Yay, Vicky.
Justo.
I missed you guys.
Yeah, me too, man. It's really cool to see you guys again. Do you guys want to go around the room real quick?
Around the room we go.
Yeah, normally you go around the room. We talk about something that's going on.
Around the room.
Justo.
Okay.
I know. Well, you came in. You were super excited to talk about something.
I got a puppy today.
Yay.
And it's cute. We don't know what
so cute.
we don't know what to name her yet. We're trying to figure out what we want to name her. But she is a 10-week-old terrier mix. And we got her from a rescue shelter in the city. And it was
Aw.
great. We're very excited. My wife's at home with her right now.
Mom, my question is, when you guys are both at work, because I had a dog one time when I was really young, and I find it really hard to take care of. And
It's a lot of work.
Right. So who's gonna take care of the dog?
Well, we worked it out because at her job, she can work from home most of the time.
Oh wow.
So like there's days she has to go in, but for the most part, she can work from home. So she's going to be there. And then I work kind of part-time. So there's going to be there. On a worst day, the dog will be alone for like 2, maybe 3 hours at the most.
Oh, that's not bad.
So like it'll be fine.
So you're
And we're going to wait a couple weeks before we leave her alone so she can get nice and used to the area and stuff.
she's gonna train the dog and everything.
Just her. I'm not going to do a thing. I'm
Really?
just going to look at the dog. I'm going to pet the dog. I'm not going to
Aw,
train.
that's messed up.
I'm not going to clean its poop. I'm not going to clean its pee. I'm not going to do anything.
You're a horrible dad.
Well, number one, clean
That's
the
my
pee.
goal. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, that's the one thing that worries me about a dog is like I love the benefits of having a dog, but obviously you got to be responsible enough.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Especially like with this dog is a baby, so it's going to be crying. Like it's going to take. It's a little bit of work in the
Aw.
beginning.
Mm.
I know. I'll keep you guys updated on the puppy.
Vicky.
I'm running on 3 hours of sleep
Yeah.
because I just couldn't sleep.
You sleep when you're dead. That's what they say.
I hate it when
Right.
people say that, bro.
I used to say that shit.
Yeah, that's like a Gary Vee thing. You know what? Work hard. Have you ever heard like someone say,
Yeah.
work hard right now, grind? You know what
Who
I mean?
needs sleep?
Yeah. Well, you just need sleep to, I don't know, live. You know what I mean?
Right.
To
Right.
kind of operate. I just never got
As I've
that.
gotten older, I realized, oh yeah, that's a terrible way of looking at things, and it's so unhealthy.
But it's
I
so
stopped
funny.
doing that.
A lot of people still live by that credo.
Yeah, 100%.
That's true.
I just think people say that because it's just like a good thing to say because then it makes it out like you're not lazy.
It's a weird thing because like I almost miss those days where I would get no sleep because working all the time because there's this weird like badge of honor you'd wear. Like I got no sleep. I've been working for 6 days straight. And like there's this weird sense of like pride with it, but really it's misplaced.
Exactly. And that's like a society thing, man. I think you guys might have something to say about this. So I had a chance to talk to Olivia Rodrigo, the girl that sings Driver's License.
Aw, snap.
Yeah. And super cool.
How was she off the top?
Super, very, everything you see on like in her interviews, past interviews, and her music, pretty much the same person, man. I mean, she just turned
That's
18. It's not an act. It was for the station I'm on in Portland, so we had like 10 minutes to talk to her. It was really like by the book. The questions had to get approved. They had people. It was on Zoom, so they had people muted, but they were kind of listening in and watching.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's like the four, like I'm on one box, she's on one box, and then you have these 2 other blank boxes.
Scary.
Yeah.
Ominous.
That's
It was just.
It's like their publicist and the manager.
Yes, it was a manager and the dude in charge of the record label. But you have to be very aware of like what you say and the time and I kind of get it. And Vicky and
Because
Justo,
they're talking to like 20 people on the Zoom call, like one after another, right? These like interviews.
Well, here's the thing. They were this is like protection. And this is Vicky, you could probably speak to this. Because I know your guy protects you on who you talk to and whatnot. And it makes a good point. They only selected a couple radio stations, Justo. Even here in the Bay, no one in San Francisco got it.
Really?
So
Wow.
Portland, we got it.
Interesting.
Yeah, Portland got it.
Because we would have grilled her. No, I'm kidding.
That's the thing.
Have some wild
So they
stuff.
only chose a handful of stations right now because I think they didn't want to bombard her. And I think this is just my intuition, is to people that they had relationships with.
That makes sense.
So Vicky, if you're going to go on a run, first one, you're 18 years old, right? And I mean, is your dude going to just throw you to the wolves and put you on? Can you imagine? You're like in one day, you got to talk to 300 stations.
I mean, that's just a part of the
That's a lot.
industry.
Hold on.
I mean, obviously not in one day, but like
In one day. In
that's a
one day,
lot.
and then all these questions might get approved, but you don't know who's going to ask what, right? So my intuition is that the label went to people that they trust, like Alpha Media, the company I work for, but they probably know Phil. Shout out to Phil. They probably trust him, and they know that, you know what I mean. Not saying that other companies are going to mess up, but probably keep it small first, and then kind of build.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
I mean, Vicky, if you're Olivia,
I mean, isn't she new to the music industry?
totally new,
Yeah.
bro. She was telling me how her favorite thing to do is, I believe her. Maybe I'm just naive.
What?
Her favorite thing to do is sit in her room and guess what?
Sleep.
Well, that too, but write music.
Oh, that's
Oh.
great.
Dude, on her
cool.
18th
She's-
birthday,
yeah, like,
I would have said sleep.
yeah.
if you're Olivia Rodrigo,
We just said, and I'm running on 3 hours.
That's
of
all you're
sleep.
thinking about
You know
right
what I'm
now.
saying? Sleep.
We ask you anything, you're gonna be like, yeah, sleep.
Sleep.
if you're 18 years old, you got
Don't
the
be
biggest
surprised if I fall asleep during the podcast.
you got the biggest song of the country 7 weeks in a row, and it's your 18th birthday. How are you going to celebrate your birthday?
It's my 18th birthday.
You got the biggest song of the country.
Milk and cookies,
She's 18. She's not 5.
pizza.
I'd probably go
I'll have milk
shopping.
and cookies after this. Are you kidding
I'd
me?
probably go shopping.
You're so close.
That's
So
a good one.
her story is she just
I
went,
like clothes.
yeah, her and her
And
bestie,
shoes.
they went out. They got, I think she said they went and got coffee. They went out and had lunch, and they went and got tarot card readings.
Tight.
What in the heck?
I want to
That-
do that.
You've
I wanna
never
do-
you've never had a reading?
No, can you do that?
No, I can't do it, but
Okay.
I've had a reading.
That's when they read like your future and stuff. Your
Yeah,
fortune.
they like they tell you when you're gonna die based on the cards you get. Or something.
Whoa. Okay,
that not
that type of reading I did not get.
No, they just tell
But-
you about yourself and like
Yeah.
just your life and things.
How do
I
you
wanna
feel
that.
about the fact that there's one on every corner? Doesn't that kind of make
There's a
it?
bunch of them.
Yeah, it doesn't make
One
it.
on every corner.
You see, I see like
Oh, they're everywhere.
those neon signs that
Oh,
say tarot
yeah.
cards
Mhm.
with the hand and the eye on the hand.
I don't know. I don't really trust those though.
Nah, you can't trust those ones.
That's what I'm saying. There's one on every corner, which just makes me think, oh, this is not real.
Well,
I
I
had-
know people, so that's why I'm like, okay.
I had someone
What?
give me like a psychic reading from like a crystal ball. That was pretty wild.
I don't think those are real.
I don't think it was real either.
What
I
they
don't-
tell
I'm
you?
very- I'm
Did they
not-
tell you? Are you allowed to say what they tell you or something?
they told
I don't know.
Yeah.
What
No,
they say?
it was very vague, which is why I think it's all like I don't believe in most of that stuff because it's all like it's just like general life advice. She's like, oh yeah, you should not focus too much on taking care of other people, and you should go with the flow. Like, yeah, you could say that to
You
anybody.
can say that, yeah.
Right.
It's really vague answer. That's
Yeah.
why I don't trust any of it, dude.
That's why horoscopes. I'm like, nah, you can read me a random horoscope. I'd probably relate to it.
Nah, I kind of.
You did. I had a feeling
I believe
you would.
the horoscopes.
Yeah.
a
What
little
are
bit.
you? What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
October, baby.
I'm an Aries, and it's almost Aries season, whatever that means.
What does that mean?
It's because that's my it's
Right,
almost-
that's your sign. I'm an
that's my sign.
Aquarius, right?
There you go. Yours passed.
Yeah, I did.
Both of my parents are Aquariuses.
Aquarius. This is
Aquarius Psy.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. No. Let's get into. I don't know what sign Billie Eilish is. Anybody know? She had a birthday just a
No.
couple weeks ago.
I can.
No,
Google
wait.
it.
What was
I'm
it? A couple
curious.
weeks ago?
I don't know.
Hold on. Anyway,
A couple weeks ago?
hold on. Did she? Give me 1 second.
How old is
Shut
she
up.
now? I don't even know how old she is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
December.
In
18th.
December, she had a birthday, and she is 19. I thought she was 18. She's 19.
She's 19.
Wow.
Dang.
So first topic, the Billie Eilish documentary. World's a little blurry. Just so you see it or no?
I didn't see it. I meant to watch it.
It's okay. It's
You
okay.
gotta watch it.
I want to watch it though. I'm
It's
curious.
really good.
Is it really good?
Mhm.
Vicky
What's
and
it
I.
on? It's on Apple, right?
On Apple TV.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Vicky and I saw it. Number one. Do you believe it?
I do.
Do you believe it?
Well, no, because a lot of people say, "Oh, this is fake." You know what I mean? They just pick and choose the content. Yeah, they pick and choose content in documentaries, but at the end of the day, they had to have done it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You do believe it.
Yeah, I do.
It's really good.
What do you mean believe it?
Like if the way she lived and the way she's doing everything is if it's
if it's
like,
true.
if it's
So
true. Yeah, or if they're just doing this for show.
Yeah.
Got it.
You know,
She has never gone to public school.
She seems homeschooled.
Her parents.
She has that homeschool kid vibe.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like from the day she was born, she never has experienced a lick of like public school. So I got to thinking, society wise, she probably doesn't have a lot of friends, right? Because you got to be around a lot of people to make a lot of friends, right?
well, I don't know because I've heard that
friends are family.
I've heard that when you are homeschooled, like I think like I forgot who was it that they like. There's times where you actually have to go interact at like a park. You know, with other kids that might be homeschooled too. Like it's a part of the curriculum that they have you do. So, you know, to make friends and to be social.
There's something about her that seems antisocial.
you know, what?
But there's something about her that seems antisocial, like in a good way, which is why she's in a room. She made music, right? In a room with her brother Phineas. She went viral with that song 13. No, at the age of 13, not the song 13. Duh.
Ocean Eyes?
Yes. Is that Ocean Eyes? Right. 13, I'm thinking Taylor Swift. I don't know why. Anyway, like all that stuff I believe. Like when people say, "Oh, bro, she didn't make that album. She didn't make, the album that won like 5. How many Grammys she win? Like 5 or 8 Grammys?
I think she won like 5 or 6
right.
Grammys.
People don't believe that she made that entire album, mastered it in her bedroom. I believe it. That's what I'm talking about, Justo, when I believe it. The way it's portrayed, it's like you can't. There's only so much you can actually hype up and actually make up. Like they filmed that stuff when she was 13 and 14, 15. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't date that stuff back.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
people who say that, I think it comes from a place of like just hate.
Yes.
Like you can't possibly have been that talented to make something that good.
Haters will be haters.
Exactly.
But what do you think made it? Because by the time this podcast goes out, that video, that documentary would be over a week old. But people are still talking about it on social media. Why do you think everyone's hyping it up so much? Since you saw it first, like why do you think it's so damn good? Like there's not one person that said it ain't good.
Well, because a lot of people relate to her story. I mean, even though she's homeschooled, like, you know, she dealt with a lot of depression and she, you know, writes it in her music. She's very passionate about it. And she's open about it. And that's why everyone like really likes listening to her because they, you know, they make them feel like they're not alone.
Her music's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And people relate to that.
Did you see the whole shins thing? How she had problems with her ankles from jumping up and down so much? I'm not saying that's a real thing, but I guess I've never like.
No, that's a real thing.
But
dude. She hurt herself back then. That's why she doesn't dance anymore.
Dumb question. She's really young though.
Yeah.
I guess we saw it. It's just in my mind, I'm like, wow, that can happen when you're like 16, 17, the whole shin thing. Wow.
Like when I was, cause I still dance and not as much as I used to, but you know, back then I was dancing damn near, I don't know how many hours a day, you know, about 6 days a week, you know, and there was one time my dance recital, I was performing and I pulled my hamstring and I was out for like half a year, almost a year. I mean, it's not as bad as how she got herself injured or something, but it's like, anything, like it's possible, you know, and sometimes that can really ruin the rest of your career, you know, and she was really passionate about dancing and now she's not dancing.
Just so it even shows her like, you know, little cute, like high school relationship. Yeah. You know, she's dating this dude. I forgot, what was his name? Q? Yeah. Some dude. And it made her look super thirsty, man. Like it's a high school. Like,
but then think about it. Think about it. How are all high school relationships? They're like fucking they're clingy.
Right. But tell Justo how it made her look in terms of relationship. It was like 90-10 in the sense of like, Winnie, come see me. Like, I want to see you. I love you. But you're Billie Eilish, bro.
That's so cute. She's a kid.
She's a teenager. Man, she's allowed to be a teenager.
You should have seen how lame I was in school. I want
to hear it. I
fell in love with every girl that walked by me.
I want to hear it. Let's hear it. Like, I'm the girl. Yes, Justo, you want to come see me? Go ahead.
See, that's the thing. I'd be so nervous I wouldn't even talk to you. I would just walk by.
No, you wouldn't really?
I'd be so scared to talk to anybody. Yeah.
That's hella funny.
It's rough.
What was your first high school crush? Anybody got one?
Like crush or high school crush?
High school crush. Someone you did not like. Maybe they didn't even know you had a crush on them. Who was your first high school crush? I want to hear names.
one of your names.
I'm not gonna give names. What the hell?
I remember because like I moved
high school, my first high school crush.
Yes. Like you ever like just crush on someone and obviously you're too scared to tell them or you're too embarrassed?
I had I moved to a new place in 3rd grade, and there was a girl in 3rd grade that was really nice to me, and of course I fell madly in love with her, and we ended up going to school together through sophomore year, and I had the same crush on her from 3rd grade to sophomore year.
Did you ever tell her?
Yes.
And then what did she say?
She wasn't feeling it.
Well, hold on. At that age, how did you do it?
Oh man, I don't even remember.
Did you write her a note?
My
I've
friends.
liked you since 3rd grade.
My friends told her for me because I was too scared.
That's cute.
They did
Vicky, I used to do that all the time. I still do it.
it. Have friends do it?
Yeah, because I'm such a. I've never.
Julian.
Yo, tell me. Go. No, this sounds so loserish, but I don't give a. Okay, so
Go for it.
This is like a couple years ago. I'd be in a restaurant, right? I did this a couple times, right? So embarrassed. You know, the server just find hella cute, but I found her so cute. I was so embarrassed. So I would actually, I remember one time I would actually I'd leave and then I'd call the restaurant, like Chili's. Like, yeah, there was a girl in the restaurant. This is creepy. Like, I thought she was really cute. What was her name?
That's
not
creepy.
Is it?
That creepy?
Are you serious? You would
asked
call
someone
the place?
I called because I was too scared to ask her name in person when she served.
No.
That's creepy.
That's
A little bit, yeah.
Call me
It's like right on the verge there.
That's a little weird, bro.
but what's
Call the restaurant and say, hey, there was this girl that was eating there.
Yeah.
I couldn't
eating
talk
there.
to her.
No. That was working there.
I was gonna say working
whatever,
there.
but still,
Yeah.
like, no, that's
funny.
That's not cute.
No, that's not cute.
It's not cute.
Damn it.
in 5th grade, I had a crush on a girl, and I wrote on a note.
Yeah.
I said, "Will you go out with me? Yes, no," with little check boxes. And I passed it to her. She looked at it. She looked back at her friend, and they both just started laughing.
Oh, that's happened. No, I remember
man.
those days. You're not the only one, man. I know. So that means a maybe.
Maybe. I'm there like, so which is it?
What you should have done is you should have put that on a card. So which is it?
Yeah.
Or is that a
Right.
yes?
I should have kept going.
You should have put a yes, no, and a maybe.
And a maybe. No, I need definite answers.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But yeah, man. So she was dating this dude, and it would just show her like basically, will you come see me? She even got him. There was a scene of him getting her dude Coachella tickets. She performed at Coachella, right?
Yeah.
And what did she say? She said,
she says the only way like you get these tickets is if you come see me.
she has to force this dude to come see her. I don't think he did come see her in the beginning, right? After her performance, he didn't even come see her. She goes, will you come see me after the performance?
He
did.
like, I'll try or something like that. And then she
that's
goes,
rough.
there's no try. Like there's no try.
There's no try.
She threw her phone. I would have been pissed too.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'm
messed
like,
up.
dude, that's a big thing. Like, I would love to perform at Coachella. That's a huge, step.
Yeah.
Oh, more than
And then,
huge.
So obviously, once I'm done performing, that's the first thing I'd want to see is
Dude,
I want to see my partner.
That's like a lesson though, because that's how you learn as you get older, like who's worth your time.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's someone who's obviously not meeting you halfway, you know that's not the right thing.
Yeah.
And that's like a lesson you learn when you're like 17 years old.
Now, obviously, well, maybe it's not obvious, but I'm going to assume that he didn't know that he was being filmed, because if he knew, he probably would have treated her a different way, right?
Nah.
No?
She was a
That
celebrity.
camera's
back
straight
then.
up in your face.
So
Like,
wait, hold on. So you think
Yeah.
he was aware that he was on tape and he was being
Yeah, of
portrayed?
course.
I didn't think he would have thought that it was going to be a
honestly,
documentary.
Everybody that's
I think he did.
that's being recorded, and if they know they're doing a documentary, they all have to sign like paperwork.
He's got to know. So then
Come
he
on,
did
man.
know.
Yeah, of course.
So he just chose to look like a douche.
Hey,
honestly,
he was a kid. He was a
Yeah.
kid.
He's
We were
20.
all douchebags at the time he was a kid.
Well, we could talk. This is a whole different thing. Like people are saying he was like 23. So she's 16. He's 23. That's a whole different thing. That's weird.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyway. All right. Let's move on.
Wait,
Let's,
he was how old?
23.
At the time?
Well, yeah.
He was 23. She was 16.
16, 17, something like that. That's what Twitter is saying. Now, you know how Twitter is. I'm going to believe it.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Hold the phone.
Yo!
That's a whole different conversation right
Yeah.
there. Now, like, nope.
I don't know about that one.
Her parents,
Nope.
man. Well, I got to bring this up. Man, I'm not saying, I don't want to use the word poor, but bro, they must have planned this. One thing I don't believe with the documentary, man, she is worth $50-60 million at
And they
least.
still stay in the house.
Yes. That is BS. There is no way.
I believe it.
No.
People, especially if the house, like you say you lived in the house for a long time, you stay in the house.
No way.
I mean,
way.
hello, didn't Kanye buy his old house?
Probably.
They didn't buy
Yeah, he
his
didn't
house,
live
like,
in it
his
though.
old-
That dude
old
has
house.
hella houses.
Well, I mean, obviously, he
Mark
grew up in that, but
Zuckerberg, the
you
Facebook
never
guy,
know.
he has a
There's-
little house. Like, you know.
I mean, you don't have to live
I'm not saying that.
glamorous in a
Yeah.
big old mansion.
But I'm saying that they had the washer and dryer outside. It's not even like it's not even remotely close to a glamorous house, Justo. What I'm saying is like, I just find it, I think that was partially planned. They probably have like a mansion out in the hills, but they chose to film everything in there because they don't want
I don't know. Even before the documentary, she did the thing. I think it was James Gordon did a thing.
James Corden, yeah.
Did a thing, and then they were at her house, and she was like, "Yeah, we lived in the same house," and that was still.
I mean, I you know what? Like, because then
it's
you also
consistent.
no, but you want to know something? I feel like that's what makes things more like what's
real,
the word?
authentic.
Yes, because I mean, think about it. That's probably it makes her still feel human.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Stay
Like
grounded.
she's living this big life, like this crazy lifestyle. She's,
Vicky.
has all these people in her face. I mean, why wouldn't you want to come home to something that makes you feel?
I get it.
Like
Yeah, it's like your childhood home. You're like, oh,
I get
Exactly.
it, comfortability,
Like-
but I don't think Billie Eilish is living. Their family is not living in that house right now.
I think they are.
Oh, really?
I think they are.
Okay.
I'll put $5 on it.
Really?
he said, I'll put $5 on it. I don't know. I mean, you never know, but. And like I said, you never know the full story.
She seems like
You
a
know,
sad, nostalgic person. I think she'd be like, no,
She needs something that makes her feel comfortable, that
Yeah.
makes her feel,
Of, like,
human.
her good
So I
old
mean,
days.
yeah, maybe she does have a fat ass house, but they still own that house.
Yeah.
And
That's what I think is more reality. I think.
I can see that. I can
Yeah.
definitely see that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with her going back to that house because that's that her safe space.
It's a piece of her.
Everybody has a safe space. I'm pretty sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Exactly.
got a
sure.
safe space. I got a safe space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a corner in my house. That's all me.
corner?
I could do anything I want in that corner.
All right, so
The rest
let's,
is my wife's.
so Justin, we're gonna turn 180 on to you.
Me?
This past week, well, because like this past week we didn't film, and obviously it was due to safety reasons. Which, thank you for being so responsible. You had a big COVID
Yes.
scare.
I thought I had COVID.
Talk about it.
Dang.
Let's go.
It was intense. So
Did
so
you
like
get sick?
no,
Did you feel sick?
I didn't feel sick at all. It was
Oh.
more of my wife's grandparents got tested because they were being safe, and her grandfather tested positive, and her grandmother tested negative. So
Mhm.
right away they're like, all right, we need to separate them. The grandma, there was nowhere else for her to go.
They live with you, right?
No, they don't live with us.
Okay. They don't. Okay. No, keep going.
They live on their own.
Okay.
They live next to anyway. So her grandma needed somewhere to go. So her grandma came to stay with us. Right. So we gave her our bedroom to sleep. We had masks on. We slept in the living room. She was just kind of around. And then she got tested again. It turns out she got tested. She came up positive.
No.
So she was in our house walking around, making herself super comfortable.
Oh wow.
And she was positive the whole time. So we were like, oh no, we might have it. So we wanted to super quarantine and just to be safe and make sure that we're fine, not around anybody. So when you get an exposure, it could take up to 4 days for it to show up on a test. So if I'm around someone today and then go get tested, it's not going to show up. It takes time for it to
get into your system.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to wait 4 days, go get tested, and it took a couple days for the test to come back. So I was quarantined for like about a week.
Wait, but isn't your wife vaccinated already?
My wife is vaccinated already. So we knew she was going to be fine, which is great. I told her the whole time, like, the best part about this is I know that she's going to be fine.
Uh-huh.
Even if she somehow got it, she would have been fine. It would have been a mild case at
But
worst.
you, that's
Me.
that's the thing.
I was like, oh, I'm going to get it.
You're just a walking a
Dang.
walking piece of COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a walking piece of COVID.
It's a big petri dish, just germing it up.
That's hella funny.
So yeah, just waited a long time. I took off work and just kind of sat at home for a week. It was intense.
Okay, but you're obviously negative.
I'm negative. Got
Woo!
tested twice, and then I'm negative. We're good. We cleaned up the whole house. You should have seen us. We had whole little hazmat suits, disinfected everything. We had like
Wow.
a spray, washed everything. It was wild.
Did you said
Grandma?
it was her grandma, right?
Her grandma
Did she feel sick at all?
she was coughing at night. We heard her coughing. We're like, as soon as we heard her coughing, we're like, oh no.
Oh man. What about her grandpa? Her grandpa was
so
sick?
they're both doing fine. So like she came up positive, so she just went back home since they're both positive anyway.
Uh-huh.
And then they're
He says they're both positive anyways.
they're both doing fine. They just felt like they had the flu.
Oh,
And
but
they
it
had
was minor?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. They were just coughing a lot.
How old was she?
She is in her early 70s.
Wow. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Did they lose their sense of smell and everything too?
I
or
don't
no?
know. That's a good question. I haven't seen them because they're quarantined.
When are they getting tested again?
I'm not sure. It's a good question. I should probably check up on that.
Yeah, you definitely should.
But it's a good thing. They didn't have to go to the
But
hospital.
they're being taken care of. They're being taken care of because my wife's mom is there every day, making sure they're fine.
Oh,
She
okay.
messes up and her grandma lives right. It's like a house that's split into two houses.
Oh,
So right
gotcha.
next is her other daughter and family. So she's around lots of people and they're taking care of her.
Gotcha. Okay.
She's totally fine. So then after I got tested and I came up negative, I went and I got the vaccine. So now I'm half vaccinated. I got the first dose,
Oh,
and in
snap.
about 3 more weeks, I get the second dose.
Have
See,
you got
I was
any
think-
side effects?
Nah, my arm was sore. That's it.
Yeah.
You're like the only. I feel like you're the first person I've actually heard say that your arm was sore because everyone else was like, my arm wasn't sore.
No,
What?
I didn't get
I've heard it.
feels
I've
That's
heard
the
other
one thing I
people-
hear everyone say.
Nah, I didn't.
Because you get stabbed in the arm, so it's going to hurt.
Yeah, no, they said no.
I've had one
They didn't
people,
feel
well,
sorry.
like I've had one friend actually feel some serious effects after it.
Yeah.
Like drowsiness just really just doesn't like feel kind of sick.
Everyone's different.
Everyone's
and then,
different.
the day I got it, I felt a little like fatigued, just tired. But like it just felt like the end of day kind of tired. Nothing like bad. And then, yeah, it was just the second day, the day after, my arm was just really sore. Like I couldn't lift it above my head. It just hurt. But like it was fine. It was no big deal.
I'm gonna wait for that Johnson & Johnson, the 1-dose vaccine, Vicky, or Justo. They have a 1-dose that should be coming out like in a couple months, right?
Yeah, they approved it. So they're going to
One shot,
Johnson and Johnson.
one shot, good. I'm just gonna wait for that.
Every time I hear Johnson and Johnson, I feel like it. I feel like the
It's a
baby
family
product.
company. Yeah.
It's the same. Wait, that's the same company.
It's the same
no?
people.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the same people. They make all the stuff.
Gotcha.
And I go back to the second dose. From what I hear, the second dose is where you tend to feel more side effects. Like my wife got so I got the Pfizer one,
Mhm.
and then my wife got the Moderna one.
What the
And then
hell?
when she got, because there's two different companies.
brands.
Yeah, two companies that made a vaccine. They're both
Got
just as
it.
good. So the Pfizer one I got, and the Moderna one's another company that made theirs. And the Moderna, when she got the second one, she felt pretty bad the next day.
Oh,
She felt like just tired. Her arm hurt.
it only lasted a day though?
It only
for side
lasted a
effects?
day. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The next day, she still didn't feel 100%, but she was fine. She went back to work, and then she was fine after that. So it's totally worth it.
I'm so nervous. I'm nervous.
It's fine.
Maybe just wait for the
It was so
Maybe.
easy.
I might wait for that.
It was so easy. Like I made a whole YouTube video about it. Like you literally, it's a drive-through. You drive up, you have a little appointment. You have to make an appointment. You have a little barcode on your phone. They scan your phone, make sure you are who you are, and you go to the next section. They stab you in the arm, and then they go
They
to
stab you in the arm.
And the shot is fine. I say stab because they stab
No,
you.
I know.
But the shot isn't even a big. I barely felt the shot. It was like a pinch.
Mhm.
It was totally fine.
Yeah.
With your
And-
normal shots.
Yeah. And then you go to another area, and then there's like a waiting area that you have you wait for 15 or 20 minutes
Mhm.
to make sure that you don't have any like allergic reaction to the vaccine.
Mhm.
If you are, they have medical people there standing by ready to take you out of your car if you need to. But as soon as you're fine, then you just drive away. You're good to go. So the whole thing took, besides the 15-minute waiting period, probably took half hour, if that.
So what they've like, what if you get side effects like,
Because if you're
More
going to
than
have an
15
allergic
minutes.
reaction to it,
it would happen right away, huh?
it would happen right away.
That's true.
Just like if you're allergic to peanuts and I throw a peanut in your mouth, you're going to feel that right away. So yeah, it was good. It was safe. I wish I knew the name of the people taking care of it, but the vaccine site at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Shout out to you guys because they did a great job.
It's everywhere now. I
Nice.
mean.
They're all very nice. But that was the one I went to, and they did a great job.
Speaking of appointments, how do you feel about? And I know that it's for everyone's safety, but as everything is reopening, right, including California, how do you feel about everything being appointment based? Like, I'll give an example. Like, do you think? Like, I had to make a glass appointment the other day, right? And everything's appointment based, right? You can't just walk in, right? So the next appointment is like Wednesday or Thursday. Like, this is pretty much. You think this is the way it's going to be?
I mean, I've always been.
No. Like for example, just to go to like an eyeglass shop, I had to make an appointment just to walk in. Normally, pre-COVID, you could just walk in. Like, you can't just walk in.
Yeah, no, I always made appointments.
I think it's better. I prefer appointments.
I'm serious.
Wait, no.
I always made appointments.
No. Like,
Appointments are way better.
No. If I just want to look at glasses, I got to make an appointment.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Don't you want to know exactly when you're going to go? Because what if it's better than showing up and then there being a line out the door and you have to wait there. If you have an appointment, you know exactly how long you're going to be there.
No, I guess what I'm saying is like before all this, you could just walk into a store, right? But now the norm is you got to either there's limited capacity, got to wait in line, or there's got to be it's going to be appointment based. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying this. Some people have said that this could be like the new norm.
That's me. It's fine.
What do you think?
I mean, I was always used to making appointments regardless, so it's not a really big change for me.
I love, like I said, I love appointments. Let me plan on my whole day. I'm
So
set.
you don't mind waiting if it's like Wednesday or Thursday, but you're gonna make the appointment on Sunday. All good with you.
And then I can plan around it.
Okay.
Obviously, some things I could see like I need to do this thing today. If there's an emergency, then sure, that's going to be.
But you see what I'm saying?
But
Now-
for something like I'm gonna go pick out new eyeglasses, you can wait a week to go.
Can you imagine we get to a place, and it's not going to happen. Can you imagine you got to go to Target and then you got to make an appointment? I'm not saying it's going to happen that way, but can you imagine if it got to that point?
It never really.
Wait, hold on. Okay, that's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's
I have
not.
to make
not
an appointment
gonna-
to go to Target.
It's not going to do that. Especially if things are going better.
But socially distanced, limited capacity, that's a very real thing, man.
Well, I mean, everyone's
Not
already
anymore.
been.
We're on the
everyone's
way
already
out.
been- right. Seriously. I mean,
Are we?
I've
You think so?
seen, obviously I've seen
Okay.
lines at Target because, but that was before. But now I'm like, everyone's just going in.
Yeah, you just go in.
Everyone's going in.
We could talk about these amusement parks.
Oh my
they're all limited
God.
capacity. These are venues. This kind of ties into everything, man. I mean, Texas, Mississippi, wide open. That includes concerts, anything live. That's 100% open. But then you got here in California, you got amusement parks, anything live, super restricted to. Man, I don't even know how to break this down. I'll just give it to you, man. For outdoor sports and live performances, limited to 100 local fans.
Let's talk about the biggest one though.
Okay. Hold on. And the least
Disneyland. Hell yeah, baby.
Disneyland.
and the least restricted, allowing 67% of capacity for amusement parks. This includes Disneyland. Capacity can be capped at 35%. And what does this mean?
Capacity at 35%.
And limited, and attendance will be limited to in-state visitors. So does that mean if you're coming from out of state, you can't even do it?
That's exactly what that means, Julian.
Dude, that sucks for them.
That sucks for
Sucks
them.
for them. They're going to have to suck it up and wait.
Shoot, I'm so happy I live
Sorry.
in California.
Gee, all those people who don't live in California must be jealous.
Hey, but
'Cause
you know what?
California is awesome.
Right. But I mean,
Suckers.
but Florida has Disney World though.
Did I tell you guys? I'm going to Disney World in August.
How dare you?
You better, how are you going to do that though? You better get tickets early.
We already got them. We
Oh,
already got
nice.
tickets. We got Airbnb.
How long are you going for?
We're going for a week.
Oh, good.
It's gonna
I was
be
gonna
dope.
say they say that you need at least a week or
Yeah.
two to like go through the whole.
You know what's? I learned that Disney World is the size of San Francisco.
Are you serious?
What?
Crazy, right?
7x7?
Did the tickets and everything cost the same?
Yeah. But the flights were super cheap and the Airbnb was super cheap.
Nice.
So here's what I don't get, guys. If
Nice.
it's limited
It was
capacity,
pretty
So
sweet.
jelly.
We're
I'm
hyped
so
about
jelly.
if it's capped at 35%, wouldn't, just to make ends meet, being the fact that you have bills to pay, wouldn't they have to raise the ticket prices? You see what I'm
it.
saying?
Knowing Disney and the corporation they are and the money they got, they probably won't.
Yeah, they gonna make
They're gonna make hella money regardless.
hella money.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Texas, Mississippi being wide open?
That's crazy.
Jumping the gun.
Like they know like masks off,
Stupid? Would you say it's a
everything.
stupid move?
That's-
I would go out on record and say it's a stupid move.
And I would agree with you. Now,
It's too soon. If you
Yeah.
wait a couple months, we'll probably be open anyway. So
Question
like,
for
why
you.
do it now?
There's businesses that are like even telling their employees to still wear masks.
Yeah, good.
I'm like, I would have said the same thing. Shoot.
Now, just for the conversation, don't you think the governors in charge would have done the research and seen, okay, this state, we've had no COVID cases, or we just don't have enough to substantiate, people, shutting down their businesses and wearing masks. We're going to keep it wide open. Meaning, don't you think they've done the research? Otherwise, they're
No.
absolute idiot. No?
No,
So
they
you
don't
think
care.
they just
They just
really?
wanna
You
open
really
things
think
up.
it's just an idiot decision of not caring? You don't think it's based off, partially this decision's based off research?
No, definitely not.
Wow.
Not from these head honcho guys. They don't care. They just want their constituents to make money. And they want to make money, so they need things to open up to make money.
But then don't you think...
That's it.
Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say.
Oh, you weren't saying that? Well, I was
I'm
going
just
to
listening.
I was going to say then, but then you're shooting yourself in the foot, because if COVID cases spikes in, for example, Texas and Mississippi, you're screwed. Like your political career is screwed. You are responsible for you got to think like long term, man.
That's why it doesn't make sense. That's why it's stupid.
You really think they just made a gut decision like that? You really?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
You underestimate how stupid these people are.
Me.
Man, like these government officials suck. A lot of them do. Because
These government officials.
they suck.
Do you think cases are going to definitely go up in those states?
If I had to guess, probably, yeah. Because a lot of the people hear that stuff and they're like, sweet, and they're just gonna go out no masks on, just coughing on each other, making out with everybody. It's going to be disgusting. COVID's going to be everywhere.
Just like that. I see you. Let's make out.
They're all going to be just naked with cowboy hats on. That's what Texas is going to be.
Here's the thing, though. Like, let's just hypothetically say, like, the whole state, the entire state of Texas, let's just say no one has COVID, even though that's not the case. Even if that's the case, you would think that if these governors had any brains, they would think like, well, people travel, right? The people in the state could travel to different states. I mean, that's just common sense. You would think at the very least that could happen. People coming in out of the state, even assuming the entire state is safe.
And that's why Disneyland isn't gonna. They can't go to Disneyland.
Ah,
see,
dun 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 dun.
Yay.
Got it. Okay,
stay out here. And backtracking to Disneyland, I would love to go to Disneyland when there's only 35% capacity. You can hit up on the rides. There's no one there. It's gonna be awesome,
right?
Kidding me? If you can get in,
like everybody in California is gonna want. Everybody in their mamas is gonna want to go.
That is
but if
true.
you can get in, it's gonna be dope.
Oh.
That is true.
Anyway,
I'm gonna be on that. Like quick. Hey,
Okay.
my daughter's birthday's coming up in August.
Oh shoot!
You need to take her. I mean, if tickets still available.
Well, no, because we usually take. So our tradition is we usually take our son every year for his birthday, and it just never fails every year in February, either the beginning of February or the end of February.
Wait, take your son, but not your daughter?
No, I mean obviously we take both.
Can
you imagine? I don't know.
She has to wait in the car.
We celebrate. Yeah, she has to wait in the car the whole time.
I don't know
Stay
how
in the
it
hotel room. You can order room service.
Vicky, I don't know.
No, come on. Obviously, I take both my kids.
Or
Sorry, you have to wait till it's your birthday.
Anyway, yeah, seriously, you wait.
You could.
No,
I don't know.
Julian. No, so
You can see why I don't have kids, right?
Yes,
And I should never have kids. Let's just be honest.
yes, I understand that. No, but so we usually take it. It's for her, like for his birthday, so we go out there and we celebrate. But this, last year we were able to go because it was right before COVID started. So we were like, yes, but we didn't get to go this year because of that. So, but then now that everything's starting to open up again, we were like, oh,
Can I ask?
It's on.
Can I ask a crazy question?
Oh no!
What would happen? Because I don't have kids, obviously.
Okay, what?
Thank God.
What would happen as a joke if you took your son to Disney World and you told your daughter, listen, you can't come. We have this new rule in the family now.
I'm not even gonna answer that, Julian, because that would never happen. Like,
like as a joke.
They would just start crying.
Yeah,
Would she cry?
of course.
Okay,
She'd be devastated.
Okay,
She'd probably hate me for the rest of her life.
If someone told me that, I would cry.
If I was
I would too. Like, sorry, Vicky, you're not going to Disney World.
You just have to sit in the car and listen to
Stay
it.
there.
If I was a kid, I'd be like, stop playing.
Stop.
You know I'm coming, mommy.
You know I'm trying to meet Mickey.
Stop playing with me.
Like, honestly, like think of it like this. Okay, so, I was supposed to have a bachelorette party, right? And we were supposed to go out to Vegas.
Okay.
Me and my family.
And the kids.
No, I only had my daughter. I only had my daughter at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, I only had my daughter at that time. But then I found out I got pregnant with my son.
Okay.
So, my mom had planned it. I had, it was just like my aunts and a couple of my friends. They still fucking went to Vegas without me.
What?
So they were like, we have a bachelorette party without the bachelorette. I was like,
what?
Hey, Vicky.
That's terrible.
But the only reason why I couldn't go, was because I was like super big already.
Yeah.
That it's like, it was so close to my due date that I was just like, and I was already starting to have pain.
Did they tell you they were going to go or they just went?
Yeah. Well, obviously I was going to go. But the thing is, I was already starting to have like some contractions and stuff, which was like super soon. And I was like, dude, my date is in April. What's going on? So I wasn't worried about it, but I was already pretty big. And I was already like, my doctor had told me that like, there may be a possibility that I may, have, I may end up, having my baby sooner.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, fine.
Gamble.
So I was just like, all right. So because of that, I couldn't go. So I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I can't go. The doctor's telling me that. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. We're still going though.
Well, no, I mean,
So
look.
we went, and I was just so sad. So then they even posted it on, my mom posted it on Facebook
I like
saying
them.
we're going to the we're having a bachelorette party in Vegas without the bachelorette.
Well, it's you in
I
spirit,
looked at,
man.
I said, that's
this is in
hella
your
messed
honor.
up. Yeah, no, seriously. I was so sad, but I was like,
Hey, at least you didn't have your baby on like the Sunset Strip or anything.
I didn't even have the wedding.
The wedding?
I didn't even have my wedding anymore.
Oh, got it.
So it just so happens that the date that I had set for the wedding was the date that my son was born.
Oh, man.
You got a story, man. Have you ever
And you'll remind him of that every year.
Oh, man. Nah, I don't.
Have you guys ever seen those postcards from like Paris? Wish you were here.
Yeah.
It's like,
Wish you were-
it's like-
yeah.
it's
Yo,
like
oh
that.
yeah, that was the worst part. My mom's over here taking pictures. Wish you were here. Miss you. And I'm like, I hate every single
That's
one of you guys
great.
right now. Don't be sending me how much fun you're having while I'm here at home suffering. And she was like, it's not my problem. I'm not the one that decided to have a kid. I said, hold on. This is my oops children, okay?
My oops.
I didn't plan it.
Love it.
Right.
Man, how do you seg into this, man? I guess we just kind of talk about it. So these Asian hate crimes, we're talking about this. I know, exactly. Exactly. We went
That's
from here
so sad.
to here.
That's-
But I think there's like,
Just the way.
I know. It's going, well, it depends how you talk about it. Depends how we talk about it. I think it'd be interesting because Vicky was talking about, number one, Asian hate crimes. It's on the rise here in the country. For people that don't know, 1,900%. Here in California, 44% alone, which is pretty big, man. That's almost 50%. And you were saying yesterday when we were just chatting on the phone, you're like, where did this all come from, right? How did you word it?
Like how did this even all start? Like, I don't understand.
It
That's
just
what
kinda
I'm trying to.
It started happening.
But like,
Well-
no. It just like, I mean, think about it. Like the crime is just like increased so much, but it's
Yeah.
like, okay, where did this come from?
Yeah.
You know, and then Julian was saying because of what, COVID? Because everyone's saying that, you know, it started in China.
yeah.
Which is stupid.
So it's like-
Well,
And I'm like, why would you guys?
People are just hate, like, they need to blame somebody and then they get angry.
That's
And
what
then
I
it
think
comes out in
too.
these terrible, violent ways.
That's
okay, but
what I
let's dig a
think
little.
Because think about it. This is what I told them. I said, look, think about it. When 9/11 happened, right?
Mhm.
I mean, as soon as that happened, then what happened?
A lot of people started hating on like Middle Eastern people. of any-
Exactly.
Absolutely.
From
Exactly.
anywhere. Doesn't
Exactly.
matter.
And it's just like not everybody's like that. So it's just
Yeah.
like it's messed up.
People just need a
man.
villain.
It's so messed up. Yeah.
And someone to take their hate out on.
Yeah.
So I was just going to backtrack and say that I think that it stems from, I even before like Trump, I think Trump obviously didn't help, right? He caused the divisiveness and made it
Right,
okay.
for sure.
Obviously, when you say Kung Flu and China virus, you know, you have what I call simpletons. And, you know, there's like simple-minded people
Yeah.
that
They take it at face value.
Right, exactly. They take it at face value. And stereotypes are stereotypes, man. And I think I don't even need to say it. Certain states, certain people think certain ways. And I'm not giving them a pass, but that's their surroundings, right? So that's all they know is that type of mentality that you're raised around. So, you know, it's those type of people that he is adhering to. But also, like, you know, with the whole trade war, you know, we've never had like a very good look. I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I mean? We haven't. But like, if I'm Chinese, that doesn't mean that you would think like the easy way to go about it is like, just because I am that doesn't mean I'm the one to blame for this.
Yeah.
It's very, very easy to think, but not everyone thinks that way.
I was about to say that. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, not everybody thinks that way. That's the messed
Exactly.
up part, you know?
But man, some of these crimes are serious, man. Like there's a man in Daly City who's super old. He got slammed to the ground. He died.
Damn.
Dude in New York, there's countless crimes. Dude in New York got his face slashed. Asian woman, old 80-year-old, some Asian woman got burned by two teenagers. She got burned.
It's horrible.
They tried to set her on fire.
I saw a video of somebody just walking across the street. And you see them just like they ran across to them, like shoved them so hard.
Yeah.
And then walked across the street like nothing happened.
Oakland, the one in Oakland.
I don't know. I don't remember, but I know it's in the Bay Area. I was just like, dude, that is horrible. Like
Yeah.
So
that hurts. That hurts my heart.
Yeah.
That hurts my heart.
So if we're to dig a little deeper, do you think it's because like surroundings is one thing, but do you think it's like COVID is still lasting and people are like, certain people are like so desperate to the blame thing's already happened, right? So certain race of people are getting blamed, but they're like, oh, you know, I've had it. Now I'm going to actually take action. I'm going to take action to my own hands. You think it's that, like the actual sudden rise in actual violence? Because you didn't see this like maybe 6 months ago. The rise, you know, the increase in crime has happened recently, so to speak. Like, why do you think that is?
Oh, you're saying, so you think that the people that have caught COVID and that are okay are the ones that are like,
Or maybe just people who are affected by it in some way.
Yeah, I think that the effect it's kind of like
Either a family member got sick or died.
Yeah,
or it's affecting my
lost
job.
a job. Or,
it's affecting my money. Like it's kind of like, this is a bad example, but I'll give it to you. Like, you know, when you boil like a pot of water and it keeps, you know, getting hotter and hotter and hotter to the certain point, it just it blows, right? Steam, right? It blows. It's kind of like that. I feel like a certain certain group of people just kind of said, you know what, I've had it. I don't give two, you know what, and I'm just gonna take it out. I'm gonna just blame these people.
Yeah, because it's easy to do that. Because you could see an Asian person across the street and say it's their fault, and then you can do something about it.
That's horrible.
From their
So
perspective.
horrible,
But
though.
then,
What do you think? Like, what's the root?
It's a combination of these people who have a lot of hatred and have been affected, and they have no way of dealing with it. They don't know what to do with it, and then they have people on the outside telling them, like Trump is a great example of telling them it's their fault.
Yeah.
And then you eternalize it and you build it up in your own head to the point where you lash out and then you do these terrible things.
And they probably don't have much going on in their lives.
Yeah.
I mean, just an assumption.
These are people who can't handle bad things happening to them and they need to blame other people.
Now, what do you think about this? And I got to watch my words. Okay, I got to choose my words.
You better choose them right.
Yeah.
Good luck, Joel.
Right.
Okay. So there's a lot of these cases where it's on Jack. If you follow Jackfruit on Instagram, they post like these crimes all the time, right? I'll just take one crime in particular. I think it happened at I think LA. This older gentleman, probably 67 years old, was spewing a lot of hate. I don't even need to say it. You can probably have an idea at this lady and old dude, and she's like, oh my God. Why would you say this to me? Why would you say this to me? And I get it. It's hurtful, but maybe it's because we're all different people. In my mind, man, stand up for yourself, bro. Like you should have gone for it. I put on her Instagram and she just actually replied back to me. I think she's mad. Dude, go for his needs. Like you have to do something, because for what annoys me a little bit, maybe a lot, is the fact that our people are kind of like, we're always like, see, I got to choose my words wisely. Like, you can't expect the cops and the authorities to always save you and to fix the problem. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you fight violence with violence, but at the end of the day, I don't think you can fix people, man. I've said this before, and it ain't our job to fix people. If you're evil and you're a bad person and you're pushing someone to the ground, you're evil. And you know, if violence happens upon you, so be it. That's it. Period. Like, who got the time to talk people into, jumping off the ledge? What I'm saying is, who's got the time and patience to care about someone that committed a crime? I don't got time for these people, bro. You deserve the worst in life. Do you get what I'm saying?
But then I feel like maybe it could also take into like a buildup to finally to get to that level. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Like
that person had maybe weeks or months of
the person that committed the crime. I'm talking about like,
yeah.
I'm talking more about like what's like kind of annoying to me is keyboard warriors saying, we need to do this, we need to do that. Where's the cops? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Dude, there are cops. No one's going to be here to save you, man. Have a knife. How about that?
Have a knife.
Have a knife. I'm serious. Like, you're not going to change. Stop trying to think people are going to change. Stop it.
I guess so. I see your point of like,
people say the right things in front of the camera and on podcasts because it's the right thing to say. Oh yeah, we need to change these people. You know what I mean? Tell your governor. Sure, you can do all that, but don't expect night and day. Don't expect things to change.
It's going to take more work than just telling the authorities that a person did something wrong. This is a cultural issue, and a lot of people are experiencing this, like this level of hatred and not being able to handle it. Like, it takes everybody to be able to put the energy and educate to see like that's not what this is.
Something says if someone verbally attacks your family, you're at a restaurant, whatever, y'all gonna have that?
No,
probably not.
You're gonna stab him within the throat with a fork.
But it's also a culture thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference.
But these are old. That was an old person though, right? Or no?
No, she wasn't old. She's like freaking 30.
Oh,
but I'm saying there's so many cases. Like, you can see the comments, and I get it, but words can only take you so far. And it's just, dude, I find it very annoying. I find it very annoying because it's like, you're not going to save these people that committed the crime. Stop trying to change people. Stop trying to think the authorities are going to be your savior and be your Superman. It's not. That's one avenue, but don't expect these changes and don't expect them to change people's thoughts.
Word.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. But you got to change these people's thoughts somehow. You got to change the people who are doing this, or else they're just going to keep doing it. That's what I mean by educate. You need to figure out.
I think education is one thing. I think sometimes you have to take matters in your own hands. Yeah, I know
But
that's
then
bad to
there's
say.
then there's just going to
So
be
you-
more bad people doing more bad things.
But they're going to keep...
That's what I was gonna say. Because I'm be like, okay, think about it. You over here saying carry a knife, this and that. Okay, so
For protection, for protection.
So somebody does that to you, you're just gonna go ahead and stab them.
It depends how bad it gets. If it comes towards me, yeah. Yeah, self-defense.
Julian tough.
Come at me.
He gangsta.
I
What do you got?
That is.
Okay.
Anyway.
But to stab her with your phone?
But Vicky, I mean, you understand. Like,
I mean, yeah, obviously, yes, definitely self-defense, but I mean, shit. I just
There
wish
she goes-
everything was all peace and love.
Yeah, I
peace
know.
and love.
it ain't work.
Ideally.
World doesn't work that way, man.
Well, obviously, I know that. I'm just saying, like me, I
That's the
just
goal.
wish.
You think those
everything
two
was peace and
teenagers
love.
that burned that old lady, you think there's hope for them?
See,
Yeah,
that's
no.
bizarre in a number of levels.
Right.
Like, imagine the amount of hate
That's a lot of hate.
to try to set someone on fire.
Right.
That not your first instinct isn't even to just hit them or hurt them. It's to put them on fire.
Hey, like this, you guys today, whatever, we're gonna find an Asian lady and we're gonna set her on
Set 'em on
fire.
fire.
Like
That's bizarre.
I don't. That's what.
That's why I
like,
think those people
makes
are-
it so sad because like that's your thought process. Like
And I think they're just psychopaths from the get go, and they just needed a reason.
But
to
that's
act
what I'm.
out.
There's no hope for those people.
Those
Here-
people, yeah, probably not. The ones who set people on fire, yeah, you should be in jail.
Dude, you'd be surprised.
I think that's a pretty clear line.
You'd be surprised some of the passes, man. Like in a situation like that, some people in the comments were saying, oh, they're just kids. They're 14, 15.
Nah, that's not an excuse.
Exactly.
Not when you send someone on fire.
Exactly.
Right.
Any violence.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
not okay. Anyway.
I don't know. I hope what I said made sense. It's just more about, I just don't think that, expecting the authorities to make a difference or caring as much as you care about it. At the end of the day, I think that, I just think sometimes talk is cheap.
And the authorities can't do anything. Shoot, they just opened Texas. Obviously, they can't do anything.
Boom. They can only do
Right.
so much.
Yeah, they can
How about
only do
that?
so much.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Did we get to the root of it? I mean,
I think so.
everybody, we need peace and love.
Yeah. it's
Peace
just like,
and love.
Just
I
know
hope
that
so.
no one, blame isn't.
There's no one to
where
there's
it's
no
at.
one to blame
Yeah.
but
except the government. No, I'm just kidding.
And Trump.
but when you hear that, I just don't
And
think that
Trump.
it's going to resonate with a certain type of people. And
Well,
those-
no, there's always going to be people who can't take responsibility and have to blame people. There's always going to be people like that.
Mm.
And out of those people, there's going to be a section who's going to turn violent and do terrible things. And that's how things happen, like the Capitol and all these other crazy stuff. It's those people that don't have responsibility for their own actions.
Let me ask you guys this,
know what
and
I did.
this will be the last thing. For people, like, let's just assume that, they're born up in environments and situations where technically it's not their fault. Maybe they didn't have any parents around them, whatever, grew up hella grimy. Would you still, being the fact that they think a certain way, would you still, they're responsible for their actions, but you get them saying they're born a certain way. It's kind of like,
No.
Yeah. There's like, I
know what I'm
get
saying?
it. Like, you can only get so far with that excuse.
you are who you're around.
Who you're around in your
Yeah,
environment
but
is a
no.
big part of who you become. But at a certain age, and like when you are old enough to learn of the world outside,
Mm-hmm.
it's harder and harder to lean on that excuse because you have the ability to learn what the real world is and to
Right.
figure out and to focus on yourself and to learn responsibility and to do all these things.
You'd hope so, man.
But a lot of people are lazy and they don't want to do that. They
Yeah.
don't want to learn new things. They want to stay in their same hometown. They want to be around the same people who they've been around since they were kids, and they all say the same things to each other for years and then hype each other up.
I think lazy is like the key word. Lazy, right?
Partially,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I just
sure.
think lazy thinking, lazy everything. Yeah.
they don't want to think it through
No.
and realize that that's not the way this is it. So
Yeah.
they want to stop at where it makes sense.
Yeah.
And like, oh, they're the bad guy. Get the bad guy.
I wouldn't say.
And that's
I
not
mean,
it.
I wouldn't. Maybe it's not lazy. Maybe it's just comfortable.
Yeah, that's a good
another way
word
to
too.
look at it.
You know,
And at the end of the day,
With
what
their
is
way
they
of
don't.
thinking.
Yeah, they don't want to.
Because it's hard. It's hard to grapple with the idea that the virus and everything else, like you have no control over it. It
Mhm.
kind of happened.
Right.
And like a lot of people have a lot of issue with that, being able to understand that like there's no control.
Not be able
We
to
don't have any
control, right.
control in anything in life.
Mhm.
The life is just chaos and you don't have any control of anything. And like that's a hard thing to grasp for a lot of people.
And it's unfortunate, like people don't think longer term, but like, what does hate actually get you? Like, what does it? You know what I mean? Like, okay, you commit a crime of
Absolutely
hate.
nothing.
What ultimately?
Suffering.
What do you get out of it? You're not getting money out of it. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting an investment in your life.
I'm saying you get nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
Yeah. You get more suffering. That's
Mhm.
it. That's
Yeah.
all you
Anyway, good conversation.
get. Yeah, good job.
Let's bring it up a little bit because
Let's
this
bring
is
it
so
up.
sad.
But
Yeah.
is it really sad? I don't think it's sad. I
A
think
little
it's,
I
bit.
think it's
not
like-
happy.
Right.
it's real. Let's bring it up, man. You want to go up like space?
I'm ready to go to
Yo.
space today.
Yo, this space hotel, it's opening up in like when I first read it, I'm like, okay, hold on, this ain't open to the public. Space tourism is a real thing. It's a space hotel opening up in 2027.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
What
not
do you mean?
as soon as they say it'll be. I think it'll
Justo.
be. I think it'll be 10 more years.
2027. We're in 2021.
Okay, naysayer.
Six years. You never know.
6 years.
Yeah, a lot can happen in 6
SpaceX
years.
can't even land.
You can only
said what?
hold on. They made a comparison. They said this is much easier to build than SpaceX.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's already in the works. Voyager station.
SpaceX is Tesla's rocket
Musk.
ship.
Oh yeah.
Elon Musk's
Mhm.
thing.
By the way, he's got his own county or his own land in Texas now.
Yeah, it's going to be the new New York. That's what they.
There you go. So you can go there.
What?
Like it's going to be like a tech capital of the world. His new city. In
Elon's
Texas.
going to have his own like city in Texas, but he called it something else. Basically, you can go visit.
What's
I forget
what
the
is
name
he
of
calling
it.
it?
I forget the name of it.
I don't know.
It's not. It sounds like a weird like sci-fi name. Sounds like a sci-fi city.
All he did is he just bought a piece of land or something. Is that what he
That's
did?
really it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he just
But
called
like
it.
that's probably where he'll move a bunch of his operations and stuff like that.
Yep. I believe that.
So it's called Voyager Station. It's going to be one of 3 space properties in space. Voyager Station is set to open up in 2027. And yes, you can reserve rooms there. There is a website for it.
Does it say how expensive it is?
Yeah. Do you want to know now?
Yeah, kinda.
Well, let's talk about what it has to offer. How about
No,
that?
I want to know the price.
It's ridiculous.
How much?
I think prices will go down in a couple years.
How much?
We're talking. Is it 50 or more?
50 what?
50
Grand.
racks.
Bro, 50 racks.
100 racks?
$5 million for 3.5 days.
$5 million.
$5 million.
$5
So this
for
is
how many
obvious.
days?
Yeah, $5 million for 3.5 days.
Three and a half days?
Not even a full fourth day.
Oh,
It doesn't
damn.
even say if it includes the airfare. How are you going to get there?
Airfare.
I'm serious. How are you going to get
You mean
there?
space fare?
Yeah, the space
fair.
the rocket fair.
Now, let me tell you, it looks very much like a fancy hotel. It's got the elevators.
In space.
It's got jazz. It's got like
It's
live-
got jazz.
Hey, question.
No,
Can I
jazz
float-
clubs.
Can I float to my room?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
it has
Way.
gravity. I
I'll be like
thought.
this.
Yes.
It's gonna be like 2001. It's
Yes.
spinning,
Hey, you
Yes.
guys, I'm going to
but
be
you
swimming.
can't float.
No, I don't know the specifics, but yes, you can float. There will be.
Stop, like, I can float.
Hold on. Do you want me to get you the specifics? Yes, you can
Fine.
float. You will be opportunities where you'll be
They'll
able to
have a
float.
room where you can just.
A floating room.
Yes.
I'll take a floating room.
Yes. But
Time.
it just looked like a fancy hotel,
my
man.
bed can float and I can just be like
Yeah,
this.
people can do some wild stuff in those hotels. People are gonna have floating sex in these hotel rooms.
That might be interesting.
Stop. That's going to be
Watch,
crazy.
that's gonna be the first thing people do.
space sex.
Space sex.
Automatically, I thought, dude, who's going to be able to do this, though? It's not fair, man. $5 million
Yo.
for 3.5 days?
Hey,
Honestly,
it's for the super rich.
that's kind of scary, though.
There's already hotels that cost.
Would you
that
go?
money.
I don't know. Like, a part of me
Nah, I
says
wouldn't-
yes,
I
but then a part
wouldn't-
of me says no.
I wouldn't be that first group. I'll tell you that.
Forget
much.
the
Yo,
money.
hell yeah.
Yes. Okay, forget
No
the money.
way.
Would you go? Forget the money.
If money wasn't a thing, after some time, maybe. I'll
No,
give it
no,
a couple
initially.
I got to make sure everybody.
Initially, no.
I got to make sure everybody there is cool,
years.
safe.
Nah, it's gonna
You know
turn
what I'm saying?
into.
They don't float away.
Yeah, it's
and-
gonna be bad.
Nah.
Is it-
I don't know.
Do you say no because, like, you're afraid that it might, I don't know, your trip there might
You're gonna
not
crash.
go so well?
And die?
Yeah, hell yeah.
An
I'd be
alien is gonna
scared.
burst out of your chest. A lot can happen.
Whoa, alien burst out of. Hey, you know what though? I have said. I mean, agree to disagree, but I do say that women are aliens
Explain
I
that.
think that's a whole
because
other
we're
thing.
able to because we're able to produce another human living inside of us. I mean, wouldn't you think that's alien type of? Don't you think that's kind of weird? when you really think
Yeah.
about it? That's just my opinion. I mean, y'all can disagree with me. It's cool, but
It's an interesting theory.
I mean, think about it.
So wait, women
about
are
it.
from Venus and men are from Mars.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I always thought of it. I always thought of it as God's gift.
Oh, I mean, obviously, but I mean, think about
Oh,
it.
birth?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I just still think it's so weird that a woman can carry another human being.
It's crazy
inside.
that you
like
can just create people.
it. You know what I'm
just
saying?
create people.
Like that's so
You know what's
weird.
crazier
That's
about
so
the
weird.
fact that you're able to just create people? You can create people accidentally. That's
true.
insane.
That is true.
That's
You know what I'm
insane.
It's a little scary, actually.
That's insane.
Accidentally.
The
Yeah.
world is a
Come on,
crazy
man.
place.
Come on.
Where this is a
Not
chaotic
like
world.
can't you see where my theory is coming
Yeah,
from
yeah,
now?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
can't
yeah.
you guys
So-
see a little bit?
Yeah,
But like
yeah,
other
yeah.
animals can have babies. Is it
Yeah, see, then they're
a giraffe
aliens
can have a
too.
baby?
You know what
They're
I'm
all
saying?
aliens?
The women ones.
All women animals are aliens.
I'm saying.
Okay.
So back to the space station. So you
I mean,
guys,
okay, now obviously it sounds a little weird, but I mean, I just think it's like it's so weird.
It is weird. I'll give you that.
but it's a gift, right?
It's
I mean,
definitely-
No,
you feel
yes, of course.
Or a curse.
Wonderful gift. I love it. It can be for certain people that just shouldn't be meant to be parents, but
Yeah,
that's a
that's
whole different. That's a whole
thing.
different topic. But yeah, I mean, think about it. Like when I was carrying my kid in my stomach, like it felt hella weird.
Does it feel heavy,
yeah.
like a ball?
Like it just feels
Like a
weird.
ball.
Like because then
Well,
once
you know, I mean, like,
once the baby's able to move,
ball that moves.
like once the baby's able to move, like it's weird. Like
Yeah.
at first it's like, oh my God, why is my stomach?
It doesn't
moving?
hurt,
like,
right?
It just it's just a little like just think I don't even know how to explain it. Just like imagine like
It's like you got
kicking.
gas and you got stuff rumbling around in there.
Yeah.
Is that what it's like, Justo?
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
experience.
Think of it like that, but a little like just a little bit more intense. 'Cause,
Okay.
like either when the baby starts to move around, like it kind of puts pressure on one side, and you're like, whoa. Like you can probably feel a little elbow,
say it like
you can feel a little foot. Like I'm telling you, it's weird.
Can I
That's
ask you a
intense.
question?
Hella
Well,
weird.
I'm just gonna ask anyway. If you had a choice, would you rather have a man carry a baby?
Like
No.
that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger where
Nope.
he had a baby.
Yeah. No.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, okay. Like if you had the choice, you'd have been like, yeah, I want to do it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Word.
It's that because it's that bond
Yeah.
that you
I
like,
hear that a lot.
Yeah.
It's just you can't explain it.
It's this as much as that's what I'm saying, as much as it's hella weird, like it's just this feeling of love and excitement, and it's just like it's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. I feel the same way about my
being-
shoes.
Being,
Can I ask you
not
one more?
just say that.
I mean, we're talking about space now. We're talking about this.
Oh yeah, I mean because it's alien based. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I've always wanted to know.
Uh,
Okay, so you have tattoos, right?
uh,
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most painful. You know where I'm going with this.
Okay.
How painful was the tattoos to you? Like 10 being the most painful.
like having a tattoo.
Yeah,
Like
getting a tattoo.
Like, wait, are you trying to compare baby childbirth
Damn
to,
it.
to tattoo?
Okay, that's what I thought. Is that what you're asking?
How painful?
Is childbirth?
Yes.
It's the most painfulest.
More than getting a tattoo?
Yes.
Yeah,
Really?
I could tell you that.
Yes.
I
You
don't
have a
know.
tattoo?
I'm asking, guys. I don't.
Oh, okay. You want to know? There's actually, because I have seen this. I've seen this on the videos where you can actually go to a doctor or you go somewhere where they can place these like patches on your stomach, and it gives you like contractions of how it feels.
Yeah, like simulates
It's
the pain of childbirth.
pain
Why
of,
the
like-
hell would I want that?
I
Just
think
to get
that's-
you used to
I
it?
mean, just no. So
No,
you,
just to experience
just
it.
To
I've
experience
seen that
it.
on YouTube.
I mean, there's men that want to know what it feels like. You
just
know,
out of curiosity.
because there's a lot
I
of
would
people,
do
there's
it.
a lot of people, there's a lot of men that are like, oh, it's not that bad, this and that. Okay, go
Yeah.
try it then.
Go
Go
do
to,
it.
and I bet you that's not even like as crazy as when you for a woman to really experience. It's the most painfulest thing any person would ever experience.
Even more than getting, let's say you're going to get a tattoo on your face. Just
Yes,
imagine what that would
yes,
feel like.
yes.
Like Takashi.
Tattoos are nothing compared.
fine.
Like tattoos are nothing compared
Nothing.
to childbirth.
Wow.
No, hell no.
Wow.
Hell no.
I
It
was
hurts.
just wondering.
It hurts.
Okay.
You feel like you're getting ripped
Apart.
in half.
Imagine your penis getting ripped open
Ugh.
and then something coming out of it.
Right.
Sit
I
with
mean,
that.
morbid.
Sit with
it.
that.
You can see my
Sit
eyes.
with
Like I'm
that.
absorbing what you're
Sit
saying.
with that.
That's
Like-
what's happening.
I
It's
don't
like,
think I'd live.
Okay, so think of it like, so the first thing that you usually feel, like a lot of things that you feel is your back feels like it's just ripping. Like ripping.
Your back?
Like, yeah. Like it's just because you
Interesting.
feel all this
Oh, you
like
feel
back ripping?
back pain. It's just like the worst. It's harsh. And then on top of that,
Oh.
you're like, you feel like you need to take a shit,
Yeah.
but you can't. The doctors or the nurses tell you don't do it.
Don't shit on
do
my
it
hand.
because like, yeah, you're not ready. You're not ready. But
Go ahead.
it's oh my god.
But the good thing it takes like what, maybe a minute, 2 minutes?
Hell no, it depends. I mean, so for example, with my daughter,
People could be in labor for days.
yeah,
Pushing out for days?
They won't allow you though, because if
They'll
it
force it
gets
out.
too far, then that's when they do a C-section. But
Hours, at least a full day.
Yeah. Like, for example, my daughter, I was in labor for about 16 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And then my son, it was like, what, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You were pushing
4
for 16 hours?
No, I was in labor for 16 hours.
Like contractions and pain. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
but when it came time to
The body's getting
push,
ready to-
when it came time to push, it took maybe about 10 minutes.
That's still a long time.
her.
10 minutes feels like
And
10
then my
hours.
son, he came out like 3 minutes.
Ideally, you want
Like,
that situation.
He came dancing out. He's
He
ready.
came. No, seriously. It was so funny because I was like waiting for my doctor. My doctor came to check up on me, and she goes,
He has a
"Okay."
little top hat. Hello,
She
my
was-
baby.
Yeah,
Hello,
she was like, okay. She came to check up on me, and she goes, "Okay, you're about, I think you said it was like maybe 7 centimeters dilated." So she was like, "I'm gonna go eat, take my break real quick, eat, and then I'll come and check up on you." Because by that time, she's like, "It's fine." I said, "Okay, that's fine." She goes and leaves. But then my nurse came to check up on me, and she's looking at my contractions. She's like, "Oh my God, like you look like you're ready to
Pop anytime.
like, pop any minute." So she checked, and she was like, "Yeah, it's time." So she had to call my doctor. My doctor was finishing her, but she had her apple juice come in. My doctor comes in, and she's like, "Okay." She was like, she's like, "Push really quick." So I started pushing. She goes, "Stop, because the baby's coming out." Like it was crazy. It's quick. I mean, but it just depends on the person.
Word.
Maybe we'll talk more about that next
Anyway,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Yo,
I think I'd be so scared.
Man.
I'm gonna go think about something.
Yeah, I think. But anyway, I don't know how that ties in the whole space thing. Aliens, right?
Aliens.
But-
yes, because I still think that women are aliens.
So Space Hotel, you will not go. You will not go first run. And
I'd go
yeah.
eventually, but I'd have to wait.
I think I'd go.
give me
A couple rounds.
I'll
I think I'd go.
I'll go 10th run.
10th run.
10th run.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
I
make
think I'd
sure-
go. You only live once. You know what I mean? You only have one chance to go. I think it's worth
make sure
going.
to stack your $5 million.
I'm gonna start saving now.
Yeah, that's
seriously.
ridiculous. Anyway,
I got $5 in my
You can
pocket
get
right
$5
now.
million by 2027, right?
already at $5 million, you're already talking to a certain type of person anyway that's gonna be able to afford to go anyway. You know,
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
all right, cool. Thanks for checking out the podcast. We're on all. I forgot to mention in the beginning. We're on all audio platforms: Pandora, iHeart, Spotify, Apple, pretty much everything. Just type in Less Than Zero podcast.
Yes.
If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to sub, hit that like button, and till next episode, man.
Wear your masks.
Yes, what she said.
This is Less Than Zero.